Hello everyone, welcome back to the Seance of Blake Manor. My mic is definitely on today, I just checked. I was so upset last time, last 3 times. So, there are some things that I'm struggling with, and maybe someone could help me. The fight, guest alibis. It is obvious that there is only 2 people who could have been that person. I think probably not Mr. O'Mara, because of his cane situation. So I think probably Mr. Skerritt. But how do I prove it here in the game? How do I enable these connections? I don't understand. And then here as well, I need to talk to people about this old Irish grimoire. But the problem is that it isn't available to speak about with people at this point. So something has to trigger, but I don't know what. So those are 2 my main questions, and I think that I need to ask people more about some things, like how they feel about what morning, about the grounds or the maps, and if they use magic and stuff like that. So I have eliminated some of the people, quite a few, but there is still plenty of them. Mr. Skerritt, by the way, isn't one of those because... Why because? I don't know. Oh, because he cannot do magic. So the person who fought and the culprit are 2 different people, right? Unless I'm confusing something. It is 5 p.m. and I want to find Mr. Skerritt and maybe try talking with him about something. Where can I find him? In the drawing room. Perfect. Let's go there. What is happening?
Well, this is quite the turnout. Even the Marquess himself has come. Well,
I didn't know there was a lecture. I don't want a lecture. I just wanted to speak with people. I don't want to waste my time on lectures. But then all the people that I need are here, potentially. I will have to stay then.
I hadn't expected anyone to take much interest in the area. I suppose I should start by introducing myself. My name is Simon Coventry. I'm going to share some interesting facts about this part of Ireland that I picked up while researching for this trip.
So if I leave, I will waste only 6 minutes, but I will not be able to speak with Mr. Skerritt until much later. And if I stay, I guess I will stay then, even though I don't really want to.
So, I'm sure you all know, this land came into the Blake family in the 1650s after Cromwell's invasion. What I found interesting was what came before. This land was a place of worship and innovation, a gathering spot for scholars and engineers and artists to work on understanding and advancement, the betterment of their people. Easy pickings for Edward Blake. No doubt he and Cromwell cared very little for any knowledge held by primitive pagans. I couldn't find anything that spoke to what happened at the work from that site. Presumably it was set ablaze. One has to assume not everyone was put to death by Cromwell's forces. However, I suspect many surrounding families have stories and knowledge passed down from that time and those people. Why, given his background, perhaps our very own Dr. Callahan is linked to that place.
You flatter me, sir.
Perhaps those survivors are the reason that Connacht is home to all manner of wonderful myths and sacred sites. Rachroin and Owenogha Cave, Queen Maeve and her cattle raids, the Children of Lear. All fascinating stories, but too long to get into here. Certainly worth a read in the very well-stocked library here, if you find yourself bored. Not that I can see that happening with the seance only hours away.
Exactly, the seance is such a big worry of mine right now. And also I forgot about that. I need to find the 3rd person to have ritual for Mr. Dupré. And again, I'm wasting my time here.
Does anything of the pre-Christian site still exist?
Oh, I don't think so, I'm afraid. From what I can gather, it was all razed to make way for the castle and its estate.
I read one monk's account that what was here before was partially underground.
You've done your homework, Father. Yes, some accounts do suggest that, though none of the maps I've studied show anything useful. Marquess?
There are some sinkholes on the far reaches of the grounds, where caverns beneath the old settlements collapsed in. I do not know whether those collapses are the result of time, or if they were manually closed. I suppose it matters not either way. Nothing else remains.
Well, there you go, Father. That's me, I am afraid. I've nothing else to share. Probably quite mundane in the face of everything, but nothing wrong with a break in the face of madness.
Gosh, I really would have wanted to attend an event like this. Like, I mean, not like really scary horror game, you know, but an event with like-minded people that are interested in like spiritual work and souls and energy and stuff like that, and just like not a huge event, but like small group of like-minded people just to have a conversation, you know, because like all these events that are available, they're usually like very huge because people obviously want to earn as much money as they can, so, or it is very expensive. Alright, Mr Skerritt, where are you? Here you are. I need to talk with you very urgently.
We meet again, Mr. Ward.
Yes, indeed. Alright, first of all, the tarot reading. I drew some tarot cards for myself, but I cannot make out the meaning. And you want my help? And naturally, of course, tell me then, what cards did you draw? The Hangman, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Death card. Is that good? By Jove, I've had a similar spread myself recently. And the message is clear. The cards are saying there is an important moment in our futures, one in which we can greatly influence things to come, but at some great cost to ourselves. Will we make the sacrifice when the time comes? It is hard to know, but speaking for myself, I intend to. Oh, the dagger, right. So that is his plan, right? Are you ready for the end, Mrs. Skerritt? Have you glasses? Have you missed a word? Ready to set the world's wrong to right, eh? It's quite alright, it doesn't bother me. I've had to face up to it, of course. I'm not getting any younger. It absolutely terrified me, of course. Death. Whoever's ready. Really ready. Well, I suppose I am. Now. I spent a fortune looking for ways out, mundane or magical. Sadly, not something money can buy. You can hire a hitman, but in the pursuit of a spell, amulet, or ointment to buy myself more time, I met one of... Oh! The other way around, okay. I met one of the other guests who is now here, Miss Evelyn Dean. We talked, she listened to me, gave me readings, she helped me realize what I was scared of. She convinced me that I didn't have to be scared anymore. She showed me a path to controlling the fear. So yes, thanks to her, I'm ready for the end. Lovely. That was the evidence. Good. Freemasons. Would you be a member of the Freemasons, Mrs. Skerritt? Well, that I'm afraid is not something I could speak on. Not to a man that himself is not, if you catch my meaning. But then you bragged about that to someone? The legacy. Dare I say, Mrs. Skerritt, you must have built some legacy over the years. Well, a fellow at my stage always thinks that maybe he could do more. I'm the last of my line, you see, and only child who has had the misfortune to outlive whatever distant relatives I once had. A lot of pressure, then, to make sure that Mr Skerritt carries on once my time comes. I think that is what really excites me about the seance. Everyone is so focused on hearing a ghost, any ghost, speak. Whereas I'm fascinated by who the ghost will be. And you're planning to make yourself the ghost, right? To us, it doesn't matter yet. We are not summoning a specific ghost, you see. We are going to reach out and grab the closest. and keep doing so until we find one who will talk to us. And that ghost, tens, perhaps hundreds of years after their death, will suddenly be a star. We will all want to know their background, their life and death. They will be famous forever. Entire teams will dig into their past, their death, their life. Books will be written on them, and their first words from beyond the grave will be immortalized. Now that is a legacy worth dying for. Okay, I can create the hypothesis now. So I suppose it was a success of sorts, but I'm still confused about the alibi. It just bugs me so much. Mr. Skerritt's goal is to take his own life and be immortalized as the first ghost to speak from beyond the grave. Yes, correct.
Mr. Skerritt is planning on killing himself during the seance, so that he will be a nearby and willing ghost, letting him be the one that communicates with the living. He thinks doing this will make him famous in death. I need to find and confront him about this.
Well, he's right here, right in front of us, so let's do that.
We meet again, Mr.
Your goal is to take your own life and be immortalized as the first ghost to speak from beyond the grave.
And what a plan, yes? People across the globe and the ages will know this moment, this piercing of the veil, and with it, they will know the name Michael Skerritt. Impressive, eh?
Great plan.
Frankly, Mr. Skerritt, it turns my stomach.
What?
That the best way you can think to see out your days is by ending them in the hope of impressing who exactly? The others here at the event? Businessmen back home? Or historians in the future? Such a pointless sacrifice. And you don't even know if it will work.
I believe it will work. Miss Mantovani can pull it off.
Perhaps she can. And she'll get all the accolades for it too. You know Louis Pasteur for his vaccines, or Joseph Lister for his antiseptic sprays. But not the people these were tested on. Even if this works, a substantial if, given the undertaking and the volume of ghosts already present in this god-forsaken manor, then it will be Miss Mantovani who is remembered.
Especially because she herself is going to die.
You will be a footnote, subject number 1, as she continues to perform the ritual, unlocking more secrets from beyond the grave, and have no doubt she will do it again, perhaps immediately. You'll be newly dead, unable to answer a single question beyond, has this worked? You'll be tossed back so they can catch a bigger fish. Some legacy.
No, that's not fair. I would have given everything, the ultimate sacrifice. They have to remember me, love me.
There is nothing about this that anyone will love. Anyone who does dig into your story will only unearth your lifetime of failures.
And what would you have me do, Mr. Ward? You seem to have all the answers. Yes, I am old. Yes, I have no legacy to speak of. How would you see me change that path if not at the seance? You answer me that, and I shall stand down. You have my word.
With his resources and connections, there has to be something more meaningful he can achieve with the time he has left. Something that will get the recognition he so craves. Whether he deserves it or not, he could do some real good in this world. I wonder if the charitable works of the late Marchioness could offer some inspirations. Do I need to research in the library? So I need to find the third person. For Mr. Dupré. Third aspect. Someone who would represent Saint Bridget. I was so sure that that would be Caitlin Joyce, the housekeeper, that wasn't her. That doesn't even come up in the conversation, so I want to try to find someone else, and I don't know how.
Mr. Ward.
Nope, nothing, but we can speak about the Grand Seance. Do you just happen to be visiting, or are you here for the Grand Seance? While it's a beautiful place, I'm not visiting just for the scenery, which is probably for the best, considering the weather. Now, if the seance will really lower the veil, as they say it will, there is someone on the other side I should like to speak with just once more. I see. God, what I would give to hear my Lillian again. What I have given. So he is still mourning, even though there are no photos, no nothing. Maybe he just doesn't have any. There is nothing else to talk about. Miss Barbosa, unlikely. Maybe I can ask about... No, that wouldn't help, would it? I notice you are picking up some of the local fashion. I left in a hurry and packed light. What would you have me do, freeze? It wasn't helpful at all. Do I want to know, more about your plans for the future? Not right now, but also, what if that would have helped? I don't know. Dr. Callahan, maybe you could help
Mr.
me.
Ward.
Maybe I asked you about that. Oh, I'm pretty sure I did. Do you often wear that pin? Oh, this. It's a habit. Settlers' patience. I forgot I even had it on. I'm a pagan myself, but this is Ireland. A strong sense of guilt and shame has been bred into even the freest of us. And that didn't help me. Then you, Marquess Blake. I don't know your story yet. I need to investigate more and better. Hotel finances. An event like this must be a real boost for the hotel's income. One hopes, but this is about more than profit, Mr. Ward. Money unrecovered is still money well spent. The recluse. Your son, Walter, he keeps to himself. He's not best suited to life in a hotel, but our private residence is large enough that he is never forced to face that reality. Would he have been different had the accident not happened? His mother was certainly more social than I. Perhaps he would have learned some of that from her. Haunted expression. You seem worried. Is everything alright? Do I now? I suppose it is fair to say that I have a lot riding on this event. Once it is done, it will be nice to return to the way things were and relax for a spell. Tight shoulders. I don't know, if I need to ask that. It doesn't make sense to ask about it, but also, those are facts. Maybe I could learn something from that. You look to be carrying the world upon your shoulders, Marquess. These last few years have not been easy, but that will all be in the past soon. A new day, a new chapter is only hours away. Is really hopeful about the event. Strange device. What can you tell me about the strange device in the atrium? The gauge? It was built for this event. It is a measure of our collective psychic energy, a measure of how ready we are to pierce the veil, and thus a predictor of the seance's success. It was full when I arrived, but that is no longer the case. Will it impact things? I cannot say for certain, but a fuller reading would be preferable. I'm sure Miss Mantovani will overcome any obstacles she encounters, however. The last question for you, maybe the manor. Has the manor been open to the public for long? I took over the titles and lands when my father died in mid-1860s. The manor was over 200 years old by then and needed much work. But the family didn't leave a lot of spare funds, so I opened the place as hotel to help finance the renovations. This was in the spring 1870. The work is never ending, so we stay open, but it wasn't for that reason alone. It's nice to have people here. When I was young, there was more of us. And I'm told in my grandfather's time and before that, there were many families under the roof. It was not made to sit here idle. It is good for the house to have life in it. I believe
If
you
you'll
now.
excuse me.
Didn't help me much.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be the third person, would you? Of course you wouldn't. Maybe you?
Hello, Mr. Ward.
Nope, nothing. Maybe a pen in the pocket. Leave a pen in the pocket, miss, just in case it slipped your mind. Oh, don't worry, it's clean. I've sent enough of my clothes not to make that mistake again. I take it you're not often without one? I'm a poet by trade. I prefer to carry one so I'm never caught with a refrain or such like, and without the means to write it down. I thought maybe that would be proof that someone... I think that Skerritt's supposed to be in the library and Mr. Mara supposed to be in his room, and I cannot prove either. Beautiful pillow. So I will leave this room then. And I think I need to come to the library maybe. Although I don't remember that any new library topics got uncovered as the result of the conversation. No one's here. Nope, nothing. So that would be some kind of maybe newspaper, or I don't even know, to be honest. Hey, hello. How are you doing now?
Mr. Ward.
No, still cannot. Like, I'm trying to find people
May Allah guide.
that would be relevant to my tasks. Maybe I need to check the bar. Anyone? Oh yes, Mr. Mara. But he wouldn't be able to help me. I've spoken with him about everything because I was trying to figure out, like, how I can prove his... not really innocence, but that it wasn't him who fought with Miss Dean, and nothing helps me. You can't help me either.
Hello?
Maybe hotel finances? I understand the hotel isn't doing well financially. Doesn't surprise me. This whole event is insane. There is no way he's breaking even. The Marquis, I mean. Poor Varley looks like he's gonna have an aneurysm. As long as I'm getting paid, I don't really care. Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought that you wouldn't be able to help me. It says that she's in wine cellar even though she's in the library, so that is weird. Front courtyard. I think that it's right, him as well didn't help me. Mr. Toussaint wasn't in the drawing room. Maybe I should try the gardens. Anyone here? No, of course no one is here. Abandoned residence? It's firmly locked. I didn't know that existed. So I'm coming back and I will just try to find some people to ask questions. I feel like I'm stuck. And I don't like the feeling. Alright, so I remember that Miss Murphy was in the kitchen.
Sir?
Maybe the invitation. No, that wouldn't be her. She wouldn't know anything about that because she cannot write. Maybe she can read, but she's the only one who's left, so maybe let's ask her about that. I hear tell that Miss Dean was personally invited to the manor. Was she? That makes me happy, sir. The manor's a better place for having her in it. Before she left, I mean. Except... Go on. Well, I don't think it would have mattered so whether she were invited or not. All the talent, and I'd guess there is not a thing on this earth that make her feel worthwhile. I don't think she would be able to help me with some else. Maybe the written complaint, but doesn't make much sense asking about that. Although what if? I hear there have been complaints about Mrs. Joyce's conduct, miss. Really? Oh, she doesn't deserve it, sir. That breaks my heart. You won't tell her, will you? All that kindness to be treated so poorly. Alright. She isn't helpful at all. It was so difficult to solve her mystery because she just wouldn't talk. And she cannot help with other questions either. So, Fia Calhoun. I think I tried to ask her about that and it didn't work. Mr. Hunt is in front courtyard. I'm so lost. Hello, Caitlin. Maybe you could help me.
Good day.
Hello, sir.
Well, you are the only one left? Actually, no, not the only one. I understand the hotel's in some financial difficulty. It takes more money than you'd think to keep a place like this running. Certainly, it's not an easy task. And as it turns out, Seances are expensive things to host. I don't know what Marquis Blake was thinking. All that stress on poor Mr. Valley. Sure, they paid that Mantovani a fortune too. Yes, I know. So, do I need to ask about it? Is it important? I found these old columns with a name circled. My name, as it happens. You really put in the work to hire me. I have to ask why you seem truly unnerved by the seance and all its guests. Why help Miss Dean? Truly, sir, I think I'm still trying to understand that for myself even now. How much of her nature is hers? How much of it is the devil's whispers in her ears? How do I know if a woman deserves to die, detective? Some sinners are beyond redemption, sir, but I'm certain others can still be saved. I just have to pray that I'll know the difference between the forgivable and irredeemable. The parcel of money? Actually, yes. The purse marked ED? Evelyn Dean? Did you take this parcel of money from Miss Dean's belongings? Well, sure, I hardly had the money to pay you out of my own pocket now, did I? And Miss Dean was very well off, do you know? I can't imagine she'll mind the cost. I suppose you went to a lot of trouble to get this, didn't you? But you didn't even sign your name on my hiring letter. Oh, this event is very important for the hotel, sir. If Mr. Valley knew there was a detective snooping about the guests, he's just going to have to put up with it now anyway.
I'll be off.
God bless you.
Didn't help me. Help me, someone, help me. Oh wait, she was in the drawing room. I didn't see her there. And maybe I saw but ignored her. Should I come back, maybe? Even though I tried speaking with her about that? About being the third? There is an option?
Dick.
Unless I'm mistaken? No, there is no option. And there is nothing else to inquire about, really.
You take care.
Yes.
I want to know your reflection. Maybe reflections could help, Mr. Skerritt.
Are you okay, Father?
My mission is not complete, but my part in it is over. What happens next is up to you. As for me, I have spent much of my life fighting the Demiurge's illusions. Whatever comes after this, trick or not, I intend to let myself enjoy it while I can.
Yeah,
take
they
go
didn't
with
help. So I don't expect that other people's reflections would help either. No one's here, Mr. Valley.
May I be of service?
Nope, nothing. Well, maybe hotel finances. Understand the hotel is in some financial trouble. I'm hoping that with your discovery, that will now be a thing of the past. Oh, right. I forgot about the treasure. I found the treasure. Well, then I will leave you to it. I know what to do. Like, my goal was to try to save as many people as possible. And, I guess not everyone will be saved, because I don't seem to find a way.
Mr. Ward.
I haven't talked about the complaint with you yet. It seems like Mrs. Jones is earning herself some ire. That sounds about right. Now, there is not much to do around here. New people make life a bit more interesting, and I sympathize with her on that. But she does have a habit of getting a bit too involved. And there is nothing really else that I can ask that would help me.
Right.
Like, this is so very difficult because I don't have much time, but also I don't know like how to use the time that I have because I don't know what to do. The alibis, the third person, way to create a legacy for Mr. Skerritt? Don't know. Discussion topics. Oh, wait, I can talk with him about this. Mary Blake was remembered for her charitable work. That could maybe help me. One moment, let me come back to the drawing room. I didn't notice that.
We meet again.
Philanthropy. I believe I know how you might assure legacy, Mr. Skerritt. At least without...
If this is another dressing down, then I'd prefer it be less public.
Huh?
Come, to my room.
Okay.
I know about the tarot reading that you received, and I know how you interpreted it. But there is another way to interpret it. Instead of sacrificing your life, your remaining time, sacrifice your money. You have so much wealth, so many connections. You could really do some good with the time you have left. Mary Blake, she undertook numerous charitable deeds and has statues erected for her. And more than that, people speak fondly of her. She is remembered and loved. You have the resources to do the same. Don't throw your life away. Refocus it and do some good in this world. Finally.
I don't think that is something that he sees for himself. Just because I feel like he's just not a good person, maybe? And maybe greedy as well. Even if he dies, he doesn't want to give away his money.
Marchioness Blake's good reputation did reach as far as London, and was mourned even there as a result. You make a compelling case, Mr. Ward, but would people not see it as disingenuous?
Exactly. I saw it like that just now.
Genuine or not, you can make a much needed difference. And that will be celebrated. You will be celebrated. And perhaps along the way you'll find you actually enjoy the good work.
I suppose there has been a gap to be filled since her passing. Perhaps I can do something to help there.
Yes.
It is a better bet than death. All right, so I gave you my word, and I stand by it now. When I return home, I will reach out to any foundations that suffered from the Marchioness's death and loss of funding. This could bloody well work, you know. Good chap.
Still don't have the third person.
Well, Mr. Ward, you've given me a lot to think about. I should like some time alone with it.
Of course.
Yay! Yeah, I will not be able to save everyone, but doing quite well. I'm not unhappy. Mr. Toussaint could have been the third, but I cannot find him. Well, I can. He's in his room, but I can speak with him. So, I'm in Mr. Coventry's room. What am I doing here? I don't quite know. Just trying to find, maybe I'm missing some clues somewhere, and that was the closed room. I don't know his mystery yet, by the way. But he's eliminated because he arrived late. Wait, I'm actually not done with his room apparently. Huh, well, I'm here right now, so maybe let's try to find that's something that I missed. I was pretty sure that I have investigated everything. Obviously, that isn't correct. That isn't true. Some pills, leather folder, dressing table, schedule, some paintings. What am I missing here? There isn't much happening in this room. That is quite interesting, so I'm missing here something definitely, but I'm not finding that something that I'm missing. I don't know. This is so weird. Fascinating. The only things that... just like some clothes and that's all, and now I have to leave. I don't know, that is so weird. There is something in that room that I'm missing. So I don't know. I find it really bizarre. So Mr. Coventry seems to be one of the people that I will fail. Potentially Mr. Dupree as well, because I cannot find the third person. Alright, but then I need to spend 1 minute that I have left in this hour with some kind of purpose. So I suggest maybe we will speak with the... maybe we will explore some library topics.
Hello, Mr.
Let's speak about the seance. What is your opinion on the grand seance? You know, I thought there might be more of us attending with all the spiritualists in London, but I suppose this seems very far from home for some, especially those who've never left the city. I don't mind, it means there is many people here that I've never met, and some of them are very interesting, don't you think?
I'll let you.
Take care.
Should I maybe come to the hedge maze? Mr. Dupree is in the drawing room. Maybe I will be able to speak with him about something there. I think maybe I need to speak with Mr. Dupree himself first. Maybe that's my mistake.
Hello again, my friend.
Ghostly message. Well, we've spoken about it. Yeah, there is nothing that could help me. Photograph of Miss Dean. Yeah. I'm trying to find like something that triggers a discovery. So I'm not even like reading, because if it isn't helping, then I don't really care. You know what, I have an idea. No, that idea will not work. Forget my idea. I thought that maybe that person, Mr. Mara,
Not at
he
all,
was in
Mr.
his room during the Bridget game, so I thought that maybe, not Bridget game, but I thought that maybe like the neighbor could have heard something, but then I realized that the only neighbor was Miss Dean herself, and well, she wasn't there. Miss Mantovani, maybe you could help me. You're smart.
Signor.
Surprisingly not quite.
That's all.
Yeah.
Of course.
Nothing helps. Right then, well, I wanted to come to the bar maybe. I wonder if the provider of those alibis could have been Mr. O'Finn, and because he was kidnapped, now there is no one who could help me with those alibis. Is that the reason why I'm having such big trouble right now? Alright, yeah, well, there are some people in the bar. Mrs. Darcy
Mr. Wu.
probably wouldn't be able to help me. No, not really. I actually want to speak with Mr. Toussaint because I think that he might be interesting, but I don't know where he is. Can I see him on the map, maybe? No. I will speak with her, Mrs. Erickson. Maybe she has some kind of insight, although unlikely, but I'm kind of desperate. Maybe I should come back to the drawing room as well. I was there just now, right? Mrs. Erickson. Could you help me in any way?
Again?
No, of course not. This is so weird. Oh, wait. Jewelry. Nope.
I won't bother you anymore.
Goodbye.
I thought maybe it could be related to Mr. Coventry, obviously not. Should I try coming to the hedge, to the well? But then the map doesn't show them here. Oh yes, they're here. Let's see.
She seems a sweet girl. How old is she?
She'll be 14 in the winter.
You said that just the way my sister talks about her children, you know.
I only said she'll be 14.
It's not the words, dear, but the tone. Just the way a parent would talk about their child.
It so happens I might be the closest Alma has these days.
That's a terrible burden for someone so young.
No. It's a privilege. One that I am happy that I'll now get to fulfill to its end.
Well, then I don't know. I suppose I probably will end this part here because I cannot come up with any actions for myself right now. And I don't want to just like waste that time that I have. Like I mean both in game and in real life. So maybe I will come back later tomorrow and see if maybe I have better luck identifying like actions for myself, what I need to do. I want to find the anvil. Nothing changed about it. I thought maybe something would. Alright, well I'm ending this part here. Thank you for watching, see you next time. Have a nice day, night, morning. Bye bye. One moment. I want to come to the graveyard. Look at the church. So evil looking. Should I come inside? Anyone here?